All right, head coach, go ahead and introduce who you have with you.
This is my one of my co-captains, Zach Rawls. He's a junior this year, top 5 player. He's played all tournaments for us, so pretty excited to have him here today.
All right, now talk about the strength of your schedule going into the spring.
It's pretty exciting. We have 2 match plays starting out. We'll play a match play against Whitman in February, and then beginning of March we have a match play against Spokane Community College. Then we'll head to Las Vegas for Winona State University's invite at Sally Mountain Golf Club. They're a D3 school out of Minnesota, so it'll be a good mix of D3, D2, and NAIA schools at this event. Then we come back, and that next week we have our home invite at Clarkston, and then we head to Corbin University's invite in Salem, Oregon at Creekside, and then we'll end the regular season at Papago Golf Course or Golf Club in Arizona, and then hopefully we'll head to postseason in Mesa, Arizona, and Oklahoma City for the girls.
All right, you've made some adjustments to your men's roster. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so I lost 3 guys essentially going into the spring. I started out with potentially 8 and then down to 5. So I brought in one kid, Justin Cox from Grace Harbor. I think he's going to be a great addition to the team. He works really hard. I know the guys have been hanging out with him so far, and I mean, he's out on the course every day already. When he was at Grace Harbor, he was a top player for them. He had some under par scores, won a couple tournaments. So that's kind of what I was looking for to bring in for the spring, especially it's so late notice, and I just wanted to bring in a kid that would play for us in the top 3 probably in the spring. So that's kind of my goal with him.
Okay, and Zach, how do the adjustments in the roster affect you guys as a team?
So I kind of thought going into it that it would be kind of tough to take on somebody in the spring, kind of in the midway through the season. All the players are building a bond with each other and everything. But he's fitting really well with the whole dynamic of our team. We're more of like a family than a team. I think that we get along better that way, and we play better because we're so close to each other. And he kind of jumped right in and started hanging out with us and stuff, and it's been really fun.
All right, now, Kyla, you've signed quite a few recruits in the last couple of days. Talk about the recruiting class for next year.
Yeah, so on the men's side, I've signed Aaliyah Theodosopoulos from Calgary, Alberta. He's going to be a great addition. Again, really hard worker, comes from a really good family. He's pretty raw still, but that's really exciting coming in as he doesn't have a whole lot of coaching. So I think he'll definitely come in and be a top 5 player for us. Obviously, Justin is I kind of count him towards next year too. And then I brought in a kid that will sit out probably the first year, but he's from Meridian, Idaho. He played hockey for a while and has only been playing golf for a couple years, but he's got a lot of raw natural talent as well. And then that 3rd recruit, I'm looking to hopefully sign a kid from Columbia that will come in and be a top 5 player as well. On the women's side, I just signed a girl from Pomeroy, Washington, actually Devin Crusoe on our team. It's his sister. Again, very raw, natural player. She'll come in and be a good addition. She might not make top 5 that first year, but she'll definitely be a top 5 player for us. And then I had Tatiana Carlson that we just signed on Thursday. She'll be a great addition for next year. She was shooting low to mid 70s with a couple 80s during her high school. She won her state tournament this year in Truckee, California. So I think coming in she'll be a strong top 5 player as well. And then we signed Kelsey Fleming from Meridian, Idaho as well. And again, she'll be a top 5 player too. So that was kind of my goal going in, was recruiting a lot of top 5 players to replace the ones that are leaving and keep building that roster.
Now, speaking of the women's roster, how do they look going into the second half of your season, going into the conference championships and all that?
Yeah. Well, both teams, to be honest, I think both teams have a really good chance of winning conference. Especially on the men's side, I mean, both sides do, but men's side, we'll look at they had a 292, 293 average. That's pretty good. So going into spring, they have that kind of confidence going in. I think if we can get a win under our belt within those first couple tournaments, I think that'll give us some really good confidence going into the conference championship. And then on the women's side, we ended 24th in the nation, so we met our goal for the year. Actually, that was kind of my goal going in, was having us getting into the top 25, and we met that. So we're going to set a new goal to get into the top 20 at the end of the spring, which I think we're fully capable of They got better each tournament. Both teams got better each tournament, better scores. So it's really looking good for the spring because I think we'll come out wanting to go win a tournament and wanting to win conference.
Zach, she mentioned goals for the girls. What about the guys?
I think that ultimately, I think we have such a young team, and I think that the playing in so many tournaments and playing so well in so many tournaments helped the confidence level. I think that it'll continue to rise if we can get that win, like Kyla said, under our belt, and get the young guys to see their work and their effort come through into the forward. So.
All right, thanks, guys.